Hello Forest class, welcome to Tuesday's maths lesson. Hope you got on okay yesterday with the maths, and year 1 children we were thinking about subtraction. Today year 1 children we're going to go on and think about subtraction again. Reception children, early years children, we're going to be thinking about ordering numbers. We're going to be thinking, and year 1 children we're going to do this as well. We're going to be thinking about the words smallest and greatest when we think about numbers. So just to get us going, I'm going to hold up some numbers, and I would like you to, and I'm going to tell you whether I want you to shout out the smallest number or the greatest number. Okay, so I'm going to hold up 2 numbers. I'm going to tell you which one's the smallest number. Brilliant. So 4 is the smallest number, which means 6 is the greatest number. 4 is smaller, because if I had 4 things, I would have less than if I had 6 things. So 4 is the smallest, 6 is the greatest. Let's do another one. Year 1 children, you should be really good at this. Reception children, I want to see you having a really good go. Which one's the greatest? 7 is the greatest. 1 is the smallest. 7 is the greatest. 7 is bigger, it's a bigger number, it's greatest. Which is the smallest number? Which is the smallest? I've got 3 and 9. Which is the smallest? 3 is the smallest. 9 is the greatest. Do some more. Bit bigger numbers now. I've got 15 and 18. Which is the smallest? 15 is the smallest. 18 is the greatest. 15 and 18. 15 is the smallest. Got 11 and 12. Which number is the greatest? 12 is the greatest. 11 is the smallest. Big numbers now. Okay. Right. Do you know what numbers they are? 23 and 80. Which is the greatest? Which is the greatest number? 80 is the greatest number. 23 is the smallest number. Do you know what these numbers are? What numbers are they? 33 and 17. Which one is the smallest? Which is the smallest number? 17 is the smallest number. Well done. Last one. Okay, do you know what these numbers are? What's this one? 46. And this one? 57. Which one is the greatest? Which is the biggest? Which is the greatest number? 57 is. Very good. Well done. What we're going to do now, I'm going to write 3 numbers on my board. What I want you to do actually is you can pause the tape now and go and get your whiteboard and your pen, please. So you should all have your whiteboard and pen. Just seeing if I can see a bit more. I'll go back a bit. There we go. So I'm going to write 3 numbers on my board, and what I want you to do on your board, I want you to write these numbers from smallest to greatest. We might go on to do 4 numbers. So I'm going to write 3 numbers on my board. There we go. There are my 3 numbers. So can you please write those numbers in order from smallest to greatest? Okay, I'm going to do some more. So I'm going to do a whole line of them, and then you can pause the video, and then I want you to put them in from, so I'm going to do 3 lines of numbers. Okay, so on your whiteboards, can you please write these 3 sets of numbers in order from smallest to largest? You can pause the video if you want to allow yourself to do it. So pause it and write these numbers from smallest to largest. Great, so you should have done that, and your grown-up should be helping you and checking them for you. I'm going to do the same again, this time really for year 1 children. I'm going to write some more tricky numbers down, okay? Right, so I want you to write these. This time I want you to write them from greatest to smallest. So starting with the greatest number, I'd like you to write them from greatest to smallest. You can pause the video if you need to. Great, so hopefully your grown-up has checked them for you. If you want to do more practicing of this, here is 100 square. You could pause the video and choose 3 numbers, and your grown-up could write those 3 numbers down, and then you could order them either from smallest to greatest or greatest to smallest. If you find that really easy, maybe you could choose 4 numbers or 5 numbers to order, either from smallest to greatest or greatest to smallest. So you could pause it on the 100 square, and then you could write 3, 4 or 5 numbers down and order them. Okay, great. Now, reception children, you have got some worksheets to do this morning. You've got this one and this one on the back. It's all about ordering numbers. So the first one, you need to colour the frog that is more than the other frog. So looking at the frogs that are next to each other, colour the one that is more on each of them. And then on the teddy bears, you need to colour the teddy bear that is less. So the teddy bears sitting next to each other. So we've got 8 and 6, which one is less, which one is smallest. And then there's some more on the back here that your grown-up will help you, will talk you through how to do it. So that's what I would like reception children to do. Year 1 children, we are going to go on and do a little bit more subtraction. Yesterday in our subtraction we thought about drawing pictures to help us to solve subtraction calculations. So we thought about drawing our whole, the 10 objects, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then crossing out the number that you're taking away to find out how many we had left. So in this calculation, I've drawn my 10 dots and I would cross 4 out. 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'd have my answer, which was 6. We're going to go on in tomorrow's lesson to think about using a number line with our calculations. So today, just in preparation for that, we're going to think about subtraction by counting back. Let me show you what I mean. So if I was going to do this subtraction calculation, 9 subtract 3, rather than drawing 9 and crossing out 3, I'm really good at counting backwards, and I know you're really good at counting backwards. We've done lots of counting backwards in the beginning of our lessons. So I can put 9 in my head and I can count back 3. So I could go 9, 8, 7, 6. And there's my answer. Let me do another one for you. My writing's a bit sloppy. Let me show you again. My calculation is 11 subtract 4. I can hold 11 in my head, and I'm going to draw my 4 dots because that'll help me to remember if I've counted back or not. So 11 subtract 4, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7. There's my answer. Let me do one more. My calculation is 8 subtract 5. I'm going to draw my 5 dots because I'm going to count back to work out my answer. 8 subtract 5. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. My answer is 3. So you're going to have a little go at doing that. I'm going to write some subtraction calculations on my board, and then I would like you to pause the video and have a go at working out the answer to these calculations by counting back. So let me write some down. Okay, here are the calculations. I would like you to write them on your board, and then I'd like you to have a go at working them out by counting backwards. So you will draw 4 dots under 4, you'll hold 8 in your head, and then you'll count back 4. I'd like you to have a go at those 3. So you can pause the video and then ask your grown-up to help you and make sure you're doing it right. So do that now. Great, good practicing. And then year 1 children, you have got a sheet to do that's really getting us ready for our using a number line tomorrow. So you've got some calculations here where you just have to find out the answer, but can you see how the first one is modelled for you? It's just like the counting back that we were doing, but you've got all the numbers there rather than dots. So it's 5 subtract 3, so on the 5, and then count back 3, and there's your answer. Now remember, you might know the answers to these calculations. It's not necessarily about finding the answer, it's learning strategies so that when we come to use much bigger numbers, you can use these strategies when you don't know the answer. So even if you know the answer, I want you to show me that you're doing the jumping back to find out and to prove your answer. So even if you know what 6 subtract 2 is, use the counting back on these numbers to prove that you know the answer. So that's what I'd like you to do. Okay, that's it for our maths today. But I'll see you tomorrow for some more subtraction, and I can't remember what early years are doing. I'll let you know tomorrow. Lots of love. Bye.